Okay. Good afternoon. This is Jupiter Exile, and we're live today with some Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, continuing our SL1 run. The camera was not cooperating earlier, and I was having trouble with it yesterday, so I'm going to try and hope that that does not cause some significant issues when playing this afternoon. I've got a couple hours to play. Try and see if we can get anything cool done. So most of what we'll be working on for this is going to be running around LAM Lois, trying to gather up treasure and items in kind of various places. Yeah, if the third swipe is heavy, it'll connect. If I do light, the third light won't hit. I lose the range a little bit. Have I been down here yet? I think so. I think this is the area I was in most recently, and I opened kind of a shortcut here. So we're gonna head out this way. And I know I opened the chests that were in there. That's right. I need to get the stuff that's across the bridge. Perhaps not across, but on the bridge. See if I can just go past this guy. And I believe I got some of the things that were down there as well. So these guys here, the formerly invisible buddies, they can be a pain in the neck. I'm going to see if I can just give them the slip for a bit. Yeah, he's not keen on me giving him the slip. But that Pharaoh's Lockstone will stay in place, so I can just run over there and activate that door. The item past there, I think, is just a hat that makes you better at ranged attacking. I don't recall. I'm remembering now that I think I did want to swap to the crown in terms of my regular walking around equipment. Okay, so the crown will ultimately have the effect of reducing health and vigor, increasing strength by 1, reducing dex by 1. So while using the crown, I can't use the rapier. It results in a net loss of about 31 HP, but should mean that I do more damage. Damage is kinda king. I'm not going to one-shot that guy. It's not a huge difference in damage. I think it's just, like, really, really small numbers games here. Alright, I'm just going to move on, because I've got those guys closing in from behind. I do not want to deal with them at the same time as everything else here. Just going to run on past here. Ah, he got me. Thought he might. So I think the helm change here is a bit of a side grade. I could go either way with that. I think there are a few other locations and a bit more treasure that I need to reach from the initial bonfire. It's just a very long run, and there's a lot of enemies. More enemies than this run, which is definitely saying something. Screwed up a bit there. Didn't go quite far enough on my first attack. I am dealing with notably reduced health right now. Looks like most targets are actually stopping right there. So we can get him out of the way. The direction over there is something else that I need to go for at some point. That is the direction of Ludenzahlen in the like outer wastes. There's some pretty nasty enemies over there. That I haven't really dealt with before. We're going to see about taking this a little slower, and I am going to go ahead and burn a human effigy. Back up to full spec. So I'm going to try and see if I can kill both, one or both of these opponents. Out with a simple 4-hit sequence. This guy, I think if I stand in a certain place, he may try to fire that. Okay, the game did not credit me for the backstab on him. But it'll credit him for the backstab on me, so that's awesome. So I'd still buffered a swing while I was trying to turn away. Alright, so I can't quite backstab them while they're actually on the ballista. I also did verify the location of Broom Tower online the other day after I had finished a play session. And I already have the key I need to get in there. I'm pretty sure. That is a rude little bit of collaboration. Alright. So there are a couple pretty solid rings that I might get in Broom. So I need to think about that. I think the Strength Ring is over there, among other things. Which could get my strength up to a solid 16, meaning that the strongest weapon I can equip, I think is actually strength requirement 22, is what we get around to. Oh, this fellow has stopped respawning. I wonder if these dudes are one-time spawns. Okay, moved him around. That's not quite dead. All right. Roll the good old simulchug. Night helm. And through here we've got a chest, which I believe has like a feathered cap type of thing. There goes hat. Yep, that's what I thought it was. Okay, that wasn't really too important, but we have stopped those two guys from spawning, which I guess just makes me feel a little better, and that's it. Okay, so I have the ability to go over there. Ah, over here, this is unfrozen. Some Elizabeth mushrooms, not very important. Cut her down pretty matter-of-factly. We've got the spear wielder in here. Get him. Here's another one of these guys. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch out. That guy shot through the floor and it psyched me out, and I made the wrong choice because of it. I think I still have some other stuff to get back around there, so we're still gonna be heading back there. Same place. Pretty sure the area I'm going to is beyond the aggro radius of a lot of these other ice sentinels. It's like that guy I know is not going to chase me that far. This guy I think is not going to keep chasing me. I think I do need to take out the spear wielder in this building. Okay, yeah, he backs off at that point. I know she'll be active. There's him. Here's the next one. I'm going to pull him back a bit. I'd like to fight him right about here. That's very painful. I know I can drink before he finishes standing back up. And we'll just finish him off. That'll let me grab these, like 10,000 souls or however much. So I think over there is the spot I haven't checked. Take you out. And we'll check over along here. And there's a ladder up here to the very tip top. But what do we have in this room? A lot of dogs. Okay. I might have opened this before, I don't remember. I see a couple items in there and some stairs. But I'm going to mess with that later because that many dogs is really obnoxious and chancy. Okay. Just do a quick mimic check. If it's a metal chest, you can always afford to mimic check it. Splintering Lightning Spear. I'm certain that's some sort of very cool spell that that is not my thing. Okay, so we've got some things that followed after me. Thought that would be makeable. Okay. Finished him off. Soul of a great hero is pretty decent. I'm gonna wait for these to get a little closer to the top of these stairs, so I can kind of do this. Okay. I had hoped the first chop would take him down, kind of like that one. So long as we can get them to file in one at a time, this is not a big deal. Ow. Okay. Yeah, consistently angling down there. And make sure we don't chop overhead. Okay. So that's that bit cleaned up. That's not a secret ladder. Alright, now we'll come back down this way. Now this way, I believe, is the direction I had to go to initially get the Priestess's Eye and finish up that bit of stuff. There's also a one-way path after we cross that threshold. Yeah, because here's the location where we picked up the eye. This is all, like, burning and such before. And I believe this door will still be locked. Yeah, it still doesn't open from this side. It's not going to change. So we've got this guy here, who I think I'm actually going to try and fight. Yeah, I was taking the others as an indication of his approximate health, and I'm also assuming he's not going to come back. This is not a secret door, despite it feels like it would be a perfect spot for one. Same with this, right? Yeah. Okay. There are a couple really important secret doors in Alea Mois. I can't remember where they are. Okay, and here's our, like, next bonfire for the location. I've kind of been throughout a lot of the inner wall, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Just because it's new, I'm going to work on Broom Tower for a bit. I believe Broom Tower is near or after Egil's Idol in the Iron Keep. And I believe I have the item necessary to get there, which is the, like, an old iron key or a big iron key. I have the iron key for the door of the iron keep, but I don't think that's the one. Eternal Sanctum key, Giant's Kinship, Ash Mist Heart. Okay, I believe I am missing a key, but it should be somewhere in this area, though. So I'm going to look around here for a bit. Okay, we don't have any items waiting over there. Come here and take a look around. Okay, this is about the area where we were fighting the old king. Barely have the time to dodge out. His slam actually reduces our move speed for anybody near him. Let's see. I think it might be that there's something here that requires the Ashen Mist Heart to interact with, and then you go on from there. Might be something else that I skipped inside the greater portion of the keep. Okay, there's the primal bonfire, and here's the passageway to Broom Tower. I'm gonna check around there after taking the passage. I'm not sure if Broom Tower was the first of the 3 DLCs. Try Forest, and then be wary of Below. Backstepping. Try Forest, and then be wary of Below. That would lead me to believe it's somewhere in the Shaded Woods or something like that. Yeah, because I don't have what I need to get into Broom. What other forested area could that be in, if it's in a forest somewhere? I've already been into the Giant's Memory. You know, there should be another Soul of a Giant somewhere that I haven't gotten, apparently. That's noteworthy. Because I've only gotten the 2. I feel like I should have 3 by now, at least. I know that one of them is in the Ancient Dragon. I think there are 5 total, though, so I'm missing a good bit of stuff. I've also still got 3 of these, what are they called? Fragrant Branches. That might be pertinent in a few places. Do you have anything more to say, by the way? I don't have any flash charts, no. Okay. I am definitely forgetting and missing several things in various places. But where? So there was the place Unbeknownst that had the Giant's Memory that I've already been to and taken care of. Copes, Undead Purgatory, Earth and Peak stuff. I think it's highly possible that the key I'm missing is somewhere in the Belfry. You know what? There are some things that I know I missed down here. Because there's a couple devices that you can activate with Pharos Lockstones that I think actually get you access to more area over here. It's specifically activating these bridges. Get access to more items this way. Items are nice. go. So over here, Whisper of Despair. That's probably an interesting spell of some kind. These are all stone rats. Poison moss. No big deal with all of that. There's another bridge that can be activated here. Okay, so there's not a whole lot going on there. It's just kind of an alternate method of traversing the place, which is handy if you're going to make this into the PvP zone that it can be. But I don't think I'm missing anything too significant here. Nothing really substantial. Alright, I would not be surprised if I'm missing some noteworthy things over the Ruined Fork Road. So that's an option. I would not be surprised if I'm missing some things at the Iron Keep proper, because I don't know if I've actually used the Iron Key. There's apparently an extra bonfire at the Dragon Sanctum, which seems familiar, because I had thought there was a bonfire before I have to run through all of those weird half-breed things. And then these are the broom fireplaces. I do still have to beat the Dark Lurker at some point. It's just very challenging. I don't think I've necessarily missed anything at the Doors of Pharos. I'm going to look around here, especially in that like misty woods looking area. So on the left there is the way to Drangleic, and this way forward goes to Aldia's Keep, and this way on the right led to the Shaded Woods, or the Shaded Ruins rather. One thing worth noting here, you hit these trees and they'll kind of moan. What's neat about that is it can attract these various kind of backstabber guys. Which can sometimes kind of help you control them. With the Eye of the Priestess, we can see everything in this area clearly, which makes it a good bit less dangerous. I mean, we still have to be a bit on our guard. Getting that is normally quite the crapshoot with all the invisible enemies everywhere. And that is a hard cliff on my right, basically. Yeah, not a fun time to get caught on that. Ah, Chloranthy Ring +1, that's useful. Faster stamina recovery. Some of these make really distressing noises. That's the way up to the Shaded Ruins. Okay. Let's see what we can find in like the middle or the lowermost point. I actually got a cursed pot here. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything significant around here. keep rolling, you'll just fall off. I have no idea how many enemies actually are in these woods. It's not like I've ever actually cleared the place out. Alright. I'm gonna head back along this way, because I haven't been here in a long time. And I'm ultimately just trying to remember where I could have possibly left something behind. I mean, I think we're just gonna come around to it has to be somewhere in the Iron Keep. That's the #1 area I don't want to revisit or actually spend any more time in. Which is basically the best possible confirmation that what I'm missing is over there. Yeah, I think there may also be some other areas with memories to return to. Yeah, I'm not in the mood to deal with the gank squad that comes out here, but I can get to the bonfire. Alright, I'm gonna go back to Majula for a moment. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. It's back in that area in the Forest of the Fallen Giants. I think the fastest way there will be from the Cardinal Tower somewhere. Okay, it's really out of the way. Let's see. Okay, whatever, buddy. Yeah, I'm not in my early game pantsless mode anymore. I still have to respect this room though. Ah, we can examine this now in a meaningful way. Oh. Where does this take us? So I think I am not familiar with this. Memory of Vamar. This is probably where one of the other giant souls is.
What are you? You are not what, whoever you are, whether you are guide. I am Drummond, whoever you are. I've just mentioned mine, and even if you don't. Soon, it is revenge. The Venerable Lord built this, what has transformed him. Long ago, the king crossed the seas, pillaged the land of giants, and brought back a prize.
Yep, Vendrick started a war with the giants.
The golems materialized.
He took the golems from them. I believe the golems are actually constructed from the corpses of giants. I don't recall.
The giant, they cannot find it within themselves.
Yeah.
Did you see him? That is most... He will be a thing to talk. My blade may break, those who live by the sword will die by... Take these. Don't ask me. Be gone with you. Be gone.
And we have the option of learning a gesture from it, but that's not terribly important. I think there's a couple other important things we can gather in here. That's right. Every tree of giants is... This wall is cracked. Is that gonna... Yeah, figures. I think fighting him is not necessarily worthwhile. We don't have to clear... we don't have to kill every giant to clear this area. Which is good, because there's a lot of them. I believe we're just trying to get to something... That's not what I wanted. Neither is that. Watch out for that guy up there. Here. Can't interact with him, although it looks pretty metal that he's all filled up with weapons. I think this is just here in case I feel the need to go up and kill this guy. I really don't. Okay, we've got one item over here. Might be worth my time. Bonfire ascetic. Yeah, that's probably worth my time. I don't think I'll necessarily be using much more in the way of ascetics, but I have the option. There's a couple specific places where we might want certain better loot items that will require us to use ascetics on specific bonfires. It's a whole thing. Rouge water. I believe this one doesn't have a boss at the end, it's just kind of a gauntlet along the way. I'm not certain if... it doesn't look like we can interact with that corpse. No, that's got to be the corpse we're after, actually. There we go. Soul of a giant, and we're done with this memory. Cool. Okay. If we still need to get those... then I know where that takes me. But while I'm at it... Okay, whatever. So it looks like that's respawned some stuff in the area. I'm going to have to do this again. Oh, whoops. Over here. But I wanted to get over to here. So our goal is to get down in there. That bit with all the fire. I don't quite remember how to get over there though. I don't think it's, it might just be via the elevator. Maybe I'm making this way too complicated. Let me take a quick trip back up this. Take a rest at the good old bonfire. Do you have anything I would like to buy? They've got a couple things that are one time only, so might as well. Yeah, that's all the gear from the NPCs I've murdered. So, that's fine. Yeah, I'm thinking that what I need is to hop on this, and there might be a way to roll out, or there's like a door I need to open down here. Something like that. that requires the iron key, which I can't recall if I've had for a really long time or not. Okay, yeah, that's right. These guys are obnoxiously healthy, even with my, like, late game damage. And I think I will want them, a few of them at least, to be dead so that I can scavenge the area. Actually, never mind. There's, like, way too much spitting fire going on here. I want to just run and grab what I need. There it is. I'm gonna die here, most likely. I don't think there are any other items along the way here. I think this pathway is damaging. No? Oh, there's another guy up here that will kill me, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is another way you can get in there. I think there might be some items up there. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so they put the key to the DLC way back over here. It's, like, technically findable while you're backtracking, kinda. Yeah, and I need to go to Soldier's Rest because there's another, Giant's Tree back here. And I did forget that I'm supposed to commune with basically all of the giant trees before I'm, like, done. Okay, this one rests in peace, so he doesn't have a memory. Okay, right, this is the dark hallway with the skeletons. This is how I got over here. So, fly in my face. There. They like this part of the room. Never harass me when I'm in the rest of the house. Okay, so we don't really need to do anything else around here, so we should just go ahead and use the Aged Feather. Yeah, so that's our source for Seed of a Tree of Giant that we have access to now. But we got what we needed. And we got the third Giant Soul. Right, so we need to go to over here, and then down a couple ladders, and then past a thing, and then we'll be in Broom Tower. So the thing we'll find the most of in Broom Tower, and the thing that's intriguing to us as an SL1 character, there's a lot of rings over there, a lot of stat augmenting rings. It is enough stats to possibly allow us to use new armor types. Just gonna fight through this guy, because I don't really care. We're just gonna run on over here. So in terms of our current rings, we'll probably be replacing the Ring of Blades with some kind of stat ring. And there's a few that are very intriguing. There's an option that's just damage. Or rather, there's an option that will be just damage, whatever our weapon happens to be. For now, it's the Battle Axe, so it'll be the Strength Ring is the most damaging one. If we were using the Rapier as our primary, we'd be aiming for the Dex Ring. And there is also a ring that gives a bonus adaptability that makes your dodge better. It not only gives adaptability, but also makes your dodge better in addition to that. So we may want to use that for certain bosses where our dodge frames are very, very important. Such as one of the bosses in here. Okay, this is Broom Tower. Broom Tower is one of my favorite locations to navigate. It's very vertical, so you get to a certain part of navigating this place where you can start to see areas that you can like just drop down to with a bit of good positioning. I believe there should be a bonfire right at the top of this. Not immediately. We get 6 smelter wedges to start with. We need to use the smelter wedges throughout in order to complete our navigation of Broom Tower. We'll have to cross this to get to the tower proper. We get a lot of smelter wedges to begin with, and we need to find some more as we go, because I think there's actually 12 total of the creatures or things that we need to kill using smelter wedges. Ow. Anyhow, these are them. You get part of the Soul of Nadalia, Bride of Ash. Hers is a soul that's been split into pieces. And, I mean, there are lore ramifications and all that stuff, but I'm not super aware of them. Okay, so we've got the bonfire live. From here, there's at least 2 paths that we can take. So yeah, immediately there's like things we can jump down on and check out. You got to be careful not to fall to your doom, of course. It can definitely happen if you're careless. The kind of idols of Nadalia that are around act as supporters. You can loosely hear them when you're close to one. Ow. But they can cast spells at you that will make it a bit more difficult for you to take on some of these enemies. Oh, I forgot that some of these ashen things can contain items. Oh, still got clipped there. Okay, a light and a heavy seems to do fine for these. Large soul. Okay, for the sword wielders, 2 lights is fine. For the axe wielders, a light and a heavy works. I think there might be a spot over here where you can fall down to somewhere relevant. Okay, not this one. Maybe it's later. Try and take in a lot very quickly. This is a spot where it does not pay to dally. Get a handy scythe +7. Set of prism stones. You can check with the prism stones to find out if a fall is lethal. If you throw the prism stone wherever you're going to jump, if the prism stone screams, it's a lethal fall. No scream, it's a safe fall. Rather, it's not safe, but it's not going to kill you. They can still wind up doing quite a lot of damage. thankfully, the targets here do not have unruly monstrous poise, and they have less health than the targets in the Sunken City. Battle Axe cleans them up pretty nicely. Last time I came through here, I believe I was fighting with the mace, and that's tougher, naturally. Pull that down. There's also the option of, like, dropping down over here, I think. No, there's no safe way to do that. You do have to be careful when moving through some of these areas, because you'll get enemies that stand up behind you. Whew. I barely had the time for 2 heavy swings. No, halberdiers. It's always the polearm variants that give me the most trouble. Yeah, I think his shield just doesn't cover from that angle. I think this is a fake room, or a fake door. Real fake doors. Oh man, my GM sprung that on us in D&D. It was great. There was definitely a door that we opened up that the enemy had bricked up because they wanted to not allow us entry to a room. We blasted it open with a stolen cannon. It was pretty legit. The other players were kind of baffled by his description of me, like, yeah, it's you open it up and there's a wall. Reminds me of there's a spot in Dark Souls 2 earlier on in the Bastille where they do that exact thing. So, you know, it's a tactic. Yes. These rooms and these enemies are pretty awful. They're basically just enemies lugging around explosive barrels. So you can try to fight them like the hard way, but, I mean, you could also not. Force but enemy. Yeah, so with all this other stuff that's roaming around, you've got a lot of things around here that can ignite these barrels and give you a super tough time. These guys are a bit tough, and I don't remember everything they can do. You can notice they've got, like, a fiery long blade, and a bow used in tandem. It's a wonder those guys had not exploded sooner. Absolute wonder. Segment, if I'm remembering correctly, is a little bit of a gauntlet, because we're going to find segments where we head down and there's immediately like a couple of guys. Ow. He's got a polearm and he's throwing stuff. That's cheating. Try beating to a pulp. Cestus +8. Oh, beating to a pulp it is. Hurrah for woman. I think that's an indication that we're very close to a piece of Nadalia. That is something. Aha! Bonfire, and we'll restock on Estus. Very clean run for the first segment. Through here we've got kind of a main hall scenario, if I'm remembering correctly. Notably, you can roll through these to douse yourself, which can be helpful. Oh. target there. So these guys are actually like, he's hanging out here so that he can jump down and surprise you if you get into that other room. Kind of a jerk. I think this guy here will get back up if I hit a certain location. Perhaps not. Yeah, that's another spot you have to watch out for. If you stand on that, it's going to fall over. Those guys are pretty tough. We've got the Soul of Nadalia up over there. Okay, so I'm going to check the other side of this. See if I can get maybe a bit of an advantageous angle somehow. So what is this connected to? Does not open from this side. Alright, and that is a connection to some other area that I'm not super familiar with or aware of. Alright, so I could go back up a level. I think I actually want to go back up a level, because I want to try and clear out as much of this as possible before I drop down into this central area. Because that center spot is a big kerfuffle. I think this is an elevator. I'm not sure if it's active yet. This is also an elevator. Same story. Yeah, neither of these are running just yet. I need to activate them if I want to use that. Okay, so we'll go back down. We'll drop down. The first thing we're trying to do is going to be to rush after this over here and pop a Smelter Wedge into her, ideally. Yeah, the ash coating is making all of these guys tougher and hit harder. Alright, so my best bet in this room is usually going to be to rush that. I rushed the wrong side of it because the guy with the bow freaked me out. But you can only plant the Smelter Wedge in from the front. Between the Smelter Wedge planted and unplanted, there's a huge difference in the strength of the room. So I'm going to try and be a little daring for at least one attempt, and see if I can just rush it and make it happen. Okay, I missed that throw, like in 2 different ways, so whatever. Okay, I got far enough into the animation that I can't be interrupted anymore. I'm pretty sure I'm just dead to rights. The other goal for this room is to pull this. So now I can start making attempts to pull the lever, but usually you're going to have to kill the giant dude before you can make that happen. This giant guy is a bit tough because he kind of spews out like hot magma as you're trying to deal with him. But at this point, now I don't have to deal with all the enemies being buffed when I'm trying to do this. Alright, it's through here, and here, then we head on down. I think okay, I thought I might be able to just kill him, but not so easy. So yeah, that guy is just going to try to follow me. I need to grab the Soul of Nadalia before I forget. I'll take the death for it, that's fine. So yeah, we've got one firebomber up there who's going to try and complicate the room. Yeah, if we die because we paused to do something necessary, that doesn't really mean we did the room wrong. It's just a thing we had to get done. We could wait until the room is actually clear to do that, but nah. I'm going to see if there might be a jump angle to get a layer down here, but not really. And that doesn't open from that side. So one of the other things I could try is over in this main room, there is a staircase to get up over there. I think this actually might be productive to go for if I didn't get immediately killed. I didn't know those guys could actually smack you with the barrel. Like, he just popped me one with a wooden barrel, and that put the damage over the top. At least I think it did. That tooltip there was for immolation. It's actually pretty neat. It is a pyromancy spell where you set yourself on fire for glory and justice and high damage. Oh boy. I got clipped by some things in ways that I'm gonna call unfair. I got tagged by the like absolute maximum extension to that hitbox on a couple different attacks. I'm going to go ahead and burn an Effigy, because our health has gotten pretty detrimental. Take a slurp. Whether or not we're soaked in water doesn't matter much. It's really not fire that's getting us here, it's just dudes with weapons. It is taking me like too long to be mobile. Yeah, after falling down here, like, it's taking me too long to assess what I need to do and where I need to go. It's like the fall is slightly different each time, and it's messing with me. I thought I had that roll in time. I wonder if I got blocked off by that dude who dropped down. So I really thought I was fine on that roll. I don't think I can. I can't really get anything down there. Okay, I see. The aggression of that giant dude is super variable. And sometimes he's just coming at me hard and it's messing me up. Okay. That guy would not leave me be. Because like that time, the giant actually just leapt at me, and if I didn't leave that little corner, I was gonna just get wrecked. Ugh. It's bothersome that I can't seem to get the firebomb throw correct for this first little gremlin. I guess I'm also running out of firebombs, which I might have to go back and restock at some point. No? Okay. There we go. Got him. Okay. I figured out, like, half a thing there. Yeah, I'm just taking incidental damage, and I really can't get the freedom to Estus, and since those two goblins were over there, I can't safely use the stairs when I'm that wounded. So, I need to find a way to not take this extra incidental damage. I'm just, like, happenstancely getting shot, or It's taking more hits in the combo than I thought I would because my spacing's a little wrong. Small mistakes. So we deal with him, we run over. Okay, I had that guy clocked, I just got one shot by the friggin' hammer. Because Hammer Bro sometimes chooses to play rough. Alright, I'm going to try again to see if I can... Actually, let me see if I can bypass some of this with an Alluring Skull. And then get up into... actually, I still need to have firebombs on my bar. So I'm going to try and firebomb past the first gremlin. And then Alluring Skull, like, out the window to lure away some guys. And then see if I can go down in there. Oh, I stood too close when I threw the firebomb and got killed immediately. Oh yeah, any one of these explosions is pretty much lethal. Because it's all statted as though I was like a level 80 character, 100 character, something like that. Now, if you count in the item stat boosts, I'm effectively like a level 20 or 50 character with really weird stat choices. So I'm thinking maybe I could throw something over here. Nope, that won't go over. So let me see. Maybe I can drop here and throw over there. Yeah, that distracted enough targets. Get up here. Of course, this room is also still full of fire barrels, just in case you thought that might ever not be the case. It's totally the case. Okay, so now I have an alternate entrance to the room because that door is going to remain open. That is only so helpful. I think the giant just got exploded. That's pretty interesting. I don't think I've seen that happen before. And we get the Flame Quartz +3, which is pretty useful in general. Somewhat extra useful here. Try and not take that arrow on the chin. Yeah, alright. That was pretty fortuitous, actually. These guys, I'm expecting to animate. I thought that was a double attack, but I could not remember how it worked. I don't remember the animations for these opponents at all. Now I can run past most of that other room, though, and then just go right to here. I can take Alluring Skulls back off the bar now. I don't know, they might be useful. I might keep them in tow for now. Yeah, now we can just open this up. And basically everything in the room will die. Okay, I'm gonna have to slip past the giant. That is not how you slip past a giant. Yeah, I don't want to commit I don't want to commit an Alluring Skull to every single challenge of this little stretch. So I could burn an Effigy for better odds. I know that the hammer won't one-shot me if I'm under an Effigy, but I think if I get shot by the hammer, it's just going to be a recipe for despair, so let's not. There we go. Similarly, I'm going to give myself a moment to just LOS this guy and see if I might be able to move on for a bit without necessarily interacting with him. Okay, this is a really peculiar set of circumstances. I think I can get away with this. Nice. Cool. That went weirdly better than I expected it to go. Couldn't quite correct for that much distance or direction change. Ow. Ah, I thought I could line of sight her with the pillar. Didn't quite make it. Shoot, I got poked. Oh no, that was actually the archer that took me out. Okay, so there's a bunch of that stuff, and then I need to go through that area over there. Yeah, this is a bit of a gauntlet for sure. And since we have casters in the gauntlet, it's pretty dangerous. Yeah, these other non-caster gauntlets I can kind of just truck through, brute force a bit. Let's see. One more item here to grab, and that's it. Okay, human effigy. That's pretty cool. I might need to use some of those soon. So we've got a lot of guys who are like standing up as we go along the way here. I think I might be able to survive this drop. Okay, not with my HP like that. I might be able to survive that with Silvercat. It's either that or with my HP it's a no-go. I might need like Silvercat and Effigy and maybe even something else. Not a lot of survivable drops on SL1. That being said, I think I remember how dropping works. Oh, sword guy got a bug up his butt that run. He just hasn't picked that attack the last 2 times. And this time he did. Cool, that's the attacks I want them to pick. Okay, we're gonna run straight for the first caster and try and take her out. Okay, so light heavy doesn't kill a caster, it's gotta be light, light, light. I think I need to kill the swordsman on the path before I can actually go after the caster. That barely missed, but it missed. That's all that counts. Just gotta get there. I ran straight into that. Yeah, his opener attack is pretty vicious. Okay, I'm gonna use an Effigy and equip the Silver Cat and see if I can take that fall. We are talking double the health, so I think I'll be able to take the fall. The question is if I can survive shortly after taking the fall, because there are like 3 dudes down there. Ow. Well, that didn't kill me because I Effigy. But I do need to have full health when I try to take this plummet. So we're going to dodge this, and then run down over here, and we're alright. We're alright for now. Need to just avoid all this other stuff. And now we're underneath the bit where those casters are. Through the fog door and into the next segment. I think there is a bonfire around here somewhere. Thinking it's like through here, but it's locked. This requires some kind of item that we don't have. Scorching Iron Scepter. Here's the bonfire. Alright, yeah. Successfully skipped about a full gauntlet of dudes. Yeah, that pack over there is a bunch of guys, but they don't actually have like an Ash Bride or anything that is compelling you to hang out in that area. Be wary of gesture. Try attacking. Okay. So we've got a lot of gremlins looking to blow themselves up in this segment. It's basically just a giant hall full of an absurd number of fire traps. So just kind of detonate most of this place so that we don't have to worry about it really. And we'll take a look around. Yeah, this center hall I think is mostly just here for us to try and exploit if we want to. Got a caster up here. Yeah, that Flamehead has a pretty high uptime. Gonna peek corners as we go. Right, these things can teleport. I forgot about that. I want to thank them for not showcasing that earlier. So as we get these opened, we have more and more kind of shortcuts to the main area. We've got 2 more casters through here. Yeah, that was almost bound to happen, but we can basically run right back to that segment. And of course there's another lever over at this other bit. And then I think there's one of the kind of fire hulks. And this is one of a couple offshoots from this particular bonfire. We're in the most open segment of the DLC, of this DLC now. Blow up the main segment real quick. Yeah, I left one behind accidentally. My bad. Use the big man for a moment of cover. How on earth am I alive? Okay, so it's a 4 attack sequence. Now I know. Okay, yeah, we definitely want to get all the casters killed. These are like caster rogues, and they're lightning themed for some reason, despite the rest of this place being fire themed. Okay. I do not remember what the reward is for this gauntlet, but I think it's important. Okay, so... the best way to deal with this... Okay, I do not like that she just decided to resist my damage halfway through that. The best way to deal with this is to leave the central area open. It's the big guy, we want to lure back through it. There we go. Not too much fuss. Big guy's gonna be aggroed to us here. And with him aggroed, we just move all the way back here. And throw a firebomb. That was not quite enough. Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna run back over. I took a lot of damage from rolling through that fire. That was not a good roll. Almost killed me. We'll open this up. So this is the tougher of the two to get open. He's going to be right on me. I'm going to see if I can open this. Yeah, it's the goat skull that's on his shoulder that the fire comes out of. That's right, that's right. Okay, so there's 2 ways to go here. I can go across to a fog door, or I can keep going over here a bit. I think this does open a shortcut for me. So we're going to climb up this. Grab this, and then do this. Okay, that's right. This is actually a main progression path. That's right, that's right. I think this is just a nothing hallway, just because. Cool, cool, cool. Praise the sun. That is a real bleak landscape out here. So I'm going to cross over this. Still a lot of messages that I think are about the landscape. This is pretty cool looking. Okay, I don't remember what we're expecting over here, but this is like a contained area that has these kind of oil urns that can be lit up, and I believe these guys over here are like explosive or something. Yeah, they leak oil. So if they're on fire, they're going to stay on fire, and they can kind of jump on you. And there's a lot of them. I'm just going to run past those, climb down here. Oh, Dark Spirit, I guess. Take a look around here. Oh, great. She is intent. And she's got a lot of poise. Let's see, can I go down this area here, or is that just nothingness? That is nothingness. Yeah, any given shot trade with her is going to be very bad for us. she can't actually swing through that, so... I can get a few of these doors open. If I set some of this stuff on fire, I believe that fire can actually affect the invader, which might be a decent strat to get through this. Yeah, a lot of these will just lead back into the center room. Kind of a puzzle room, basically. Ah! Don't want that. That'll take us out. Yep, we're dead. Okay, so I think it's probably that door then. I think that's the last one I had to open. It would naturally be the last one that I had to open that is the one to open. Yeah, so despite these guys like spewing oil and being on fire, they're into it, and it doesn't really hurt them to like bleed oil forever and just be on fire running around. I mean, it's interesting because the last room before this, where there are all these explosives, is a section where wielding fire yourself is beneficial. This is a place where wielding fire yourself is punished. So you're getting the variety in. Ow. Okay, getting clocked with that. I'm gonna head down. I think I might be able to take a roll such that my first interaction there will be fine. She's always going to start off with a weapon buff. So this is the door I wanted to check on. Nope, there's guys behind there too. And those guys just exploded. Is there anything else in here? Okay, there's a man on fire. Aha! I think this is where we're heading. This is what we need. So the Scorching Iron Scepter will allow us to reactivate things in the main room. And with this, we'll reactivate the elevator that we need to be here. We just need to survive until the elevator shows up. Which is going to be very, very difficult. So we'll just die. We'll just die. That's fine. I'm not confident we get a reward for riding that elevator to the top alive, so we'll just get out with the scepter we took and move it right along. You can basically tell when you run into that last room that those guys are not going to take kindly to what you're about to do. So, hey, there you go. But we pop this in here, and this should bring everything in the place back to life. I love like seeing the shadows here as you start to bring everything up and around. So these chains start activating. We get these new platforms. It's almost like a little elevator panic game that we can kind of do now. So we can get around to a lot of stuff. So let's see. I believe this is the way I came in. We've got the one door that opens from the other side. So now's the time for me to start making use of this. I think this is the lift back up to the area where we were at before. Yep. So I'm going to let this lift start to go down. And then I can maybe roll into there if I did it better. So this time I might try and do that on the way up. Yeah, we've got some platforming nitty-gritty type of stuff, getting into some secrets. I also noticed around one of these sides that there was an item that I haven't gotten yet. Made it? Okay. Got there. Alright, so over here, got a Titanite bug. He's going to run off into nowhere to spite us. And here we've got 2 bright bugs. Those are pretty handy. We can also jump down here, which I believe just leads back to kind of an area where we were before. Over here is like the gauntlet that we skipped, basically. Oh, or is it? Never mind, this is somewhere else. Because I'm gonna get this. And then crossing this chain link gets me over to somewhere else as well. There's an item up at the top of this little mini tower in that chest that I'm gonna go ahead and grab. But this area, of course, has Maldron the Assassin, who is like a horrible jerk. I forgot he came in that quickly. Yeah, you'll notice that he just went invisible there. That's like part of his jam. I believe you can't see him unless he's fairly close. And he will just be an utter jerk. Let me see. Check on some other things. Over here, the spell Quartz Ring +3, that's +3 magic resistance. Well, I say +3 magic resistance, but that's not quite correct. It is the most powerful magic resistance ring on offer in the game. This long after the Shrine of Amana, we don't really care, because that's the biggest, baddest source of magic damage we're ever going to try to survive. Yeah. So we can go down at one more elevator. It's a very tricky area that we'll have to go to later. So we will go to it later. There's a lot of guys over here, a couple of goons. And this is the spot that we were able to view from afar. Got some Titanite chunks, some herbs, Titanite, human effigy. Oh, they synced it up. So yeah, it's a really challenging area, really tough fight. We mostly are just going to come through there and scam out the corpses and ignore the rest of the area, because we don't get anything for killing all these guys. There's a lot of guys there. So this is the spot we were just up to. I think I'll actually ride this all the way down for a moment. There's some stuff around there that needs to be cleared out. It should be over here. You can tell by both the messages and the little divot. So if I was offline, I'd still be able to tell by the divot in the ring. I'm going to want for this to go a little higher up, because I want to take the higher path here. I still missed it. Alright, well, this guy's going to get up, I think. Maybe not. I don't recall. Yes, so now that we're further on, we're going to face the versions of these guys with fire enchanted weapons. They're not tougher, they just deal more damage, thankfully. I'm going to miss plunging attacks for days. Plunging attacks in Dark Souls 2 are way worse than they are in Dark Souls 1. So this spot with the darkened floor is actually collapsible. You will fall very far down, and be in peril. You get a much more controlled fall if you take the other route, but I didn't actually want to come over here yet through that route. I'm remembering more about the layout, and that's a noteworthy, tricky section. See, I can keep working on the bit with Malvern the Assassin. Let's see. I think that's actually what I want to do. No. I want to head further down. That's the proper thing to work on. I believe I did get a couple of Titanite chunks. Up to 3. It takes 6 Titanite chunks to get a weapon or armor maxed out. So, that's something to keep in mind. Okay, I need to be ready to do a running jump if I want to get the upper platform. There we go. I think this may lead into the same gauntlet, but give, like, yeah, it gives a treasure chest. With the Strength Ring, alright. The Strength Ring, I believe, is a direct upgrade over the Ring of Blades for our current build. Where did it go? It's probably filed itself away with other stat boosting rings, which I think we have 1 or 2 of. Old Sun Ring explodes at damage threshold. Ah, there it is, the Strength Ring. Cool. So it's a bit heavier, for sure. Doing 280 plus 90. I thought we were doing 280 plus 100 before. Whoops. Okay, so it's 280 plus 41. I guess Flynn's ring is printed out. So it's 280 plus 84. That makes it 280 plus 84. Okay, so the Strength Ring's not printed out? Oh, that's your, because it's the wrong, that's the wrong ring. 280 plus 90, so it's giving us plus 6 effectively. If we go down to the mace, that's 240 plus 104, so 280 plus 90 is like a 30 damage gain. Yeah. As a thought, so this is 280 plus 90. I think when I had the Royal Soldiers plus 1, 280 plus 65. Okay, yeah, this is a solid gain. So I know some of the rings I've been picking up, especially like the Ring of Embedded, are quite heavy, and they reduce some of my scaling through Flynn's. Because Flynn's requires that we are using as little equipment as possible. I'm going to use an Effigy before going into this segment. And let's try and get this cleared. I think I might legitimately have to fight one of those giants in order to get all the way through this. There we go. I finally landed a hit with the plummeting attack. Good that I did. A lot of these enemies can be theoretically trivialized by plummeting. But if you get the opening strike on them, you can largely just make a chump out of them anyway, regardless. Yep, this is just a median layer to give you the shock value of falling through a dozen things. Light heavy, light heavy. Get a handily upgraded weapon. Now these weapons that we're finding at like plus 6 and plus 7, that is possibly getting us out of... Whoops. Prompt out a swing so that I can heal. Taking a bit of a fire bath there. And there we go. Pull this. And now, if I really need to, I can try to rush that segment. But if you rush that segment, it's very difficult to pull that lever. So at least the first time through, I need to play it careful. Okay, I believe it's not active yet, but in a bit I can activate... Right, I forgot about that attack. in a bit there's a it's called like a shortcut that can be activated that I think takes us on that bridge. Sorcery Clutch Ring is enhanced magic damage, which is not part of our build. It's a cool ring for like other builds. I'm gonna just get a little behind that edge so I don't take a ranged attack. Do this, and then we're gonna get on here. Yeah. Those bows they're doing have like a spread shot or like a double shot type of thing going on. If they hit you close in, it's really dangerous. They do a lot of damage either way. The enemies up there had like the Ashen defense buff. I believe that they're gaining the benefits of one of these Smelter Soul things. We're going to run past this guy for now because there's a bonfire just a little up ahead. Should be this bit on the right side. We're going to run past a couple of guys here. Okay. So now we're going to try and take care of all 4 of these along the sides with the smelter wedges that we have. Get these souls. Now, this here in the center is the boss arena for one of the most challenging bosses in Dark Souls, the Fume Knight. You need to take out all 4 of the surrounding Ash Brides in order to set up that fight. Otherwise, he'll be able to run over to certain parts of the arena and be healed while he's standing in the vicinity of one of the Ash Brides. Now, I think I don't have any more smelter wedges after this one. There are a few places in this area where you can get more, and I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to run over here, and I believe, yep, no smelter wedge. So we're going to have to find another smelter wedge before we can, like, even stand a chance at fighting the Fume Knight. But that is okay. We don't need to rush that. We got the bonfire, and that was the biggest goal there. Now, hopefully, using those 4 right there have not put me in a hurt locker in terms of removing other Ash Brides. I believe there's another pack of 6 smelter wedges that we can find, matching the initial allocation. Yep, already went in here, got that. Okay. To the center. Yeah, the bottom of this place is, like, notably somber. Ow. I think my best option here is actually just to die. Yeah, more or less. This going back up is not feasible. Unless I can figure out what triggers the elevator, because I think there is an elevator option. But with that, I'm gonna go back all the way up to the top at the throne floor. I think there was a fork here that I haven't pursued. Ugh. So notably, everything's moving here now. We have an elevator and other things. Oops. I did not mean to do that, and that'll kill me. go. Want to loot you. The Baneful Bird Ring. I don't remember that at all. Reduces stamina loss when blocking with a shield. Okay. That could be very useful for some characters in some builds. Okay, so that takes me down here. But I think I've already been here. I feel like I fell down here earlier. Yes. Falling down the central area leads you there anyway. Okay. So I'm going to give that a moment to come back up. And to make another jump across. I jumped too late. Alright, whatever. Back at the bonfire anyway. Yeah, we can teleport, no trouble. Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, I felt like there was something behind here, and I'm right. Glad I didn't die randomly. The Dexterity Ring, quite valuable. So the Dexterity Ring gives us the option of taking a look at like the rapier setup. So I'm going to take a moment to check on that. So we are a little short on attributes while using the Crown of the Sunken King. So I'll have to go back to Kale's Helm. There it is. And then with this, and the Dexterity Ring, that takes our damage with this out to 230 plus 80 compared to 280 plus 90. So it's like a 70 attack power difference. Notably, the rapier is still much faster, and there's the difference in damage type between slashing and piercing. Between the two, I can't say for certain which is better. Whoops. I guess I need to leap in order to make that. Either way, I'm not actually sure if anything's terribly different from there. Okay, there was one item on the center column that I haven't grabbed. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to go to the upper floor. What has changed around here? Okay. I think this area up over here I might have sped through a bit. No, this is still correct. Yeah, I don't think I need to revisit this area. That area there, I don't quite recall how to get to. Okay, so we've got the one elevator over there. Ah, we have an elevator over here as well. Yeah. Let's ride on this real quick. And then go through here. Ow. Oh, right. That's how they work. They're, like, they kind of disjoint from their, They have very laggy, fairly powerful attacks that, like, you have to respect no matter how much you hate respecting them. So that opens up something that kind of looks like a shortcut. I feel like there is either a way to turn off these bulls, or, we can move the bull. I will will choose to not take that attack, thank you. Grab this. Simpletons Ring is highly important. And I managed to kill him. Unexpected. Yeah, the Simpletons Ring is the ring that improves our dodge, so I'm going to equip that for a moment. Show off. Makes our dodge look like this. We vanish for a moment, and it takes our total adaptability up to 18, giving us an agility of 95. Without the Simpletons Ring, we've got an agility of 91, and I would have to check the internet to find out where I do or don't get an extra frame of invulnerability based on those numbers. Yeah, I kind of figured I was just gonna get burned by that on the way out. I might have been able to trigger with a firebomb instead. That's alright. So I'm going to continue using that elevator to check out other places. I think there's somewhere that is like a level lower that I can take a look at by virtue of that elevator. Also, I can actually cross this gap to those doors, which I couldn't do before. Yeah, it'll allow me to jump over to there, so I can do that next. And it looks like there's something else I can jump to on the left. You basically have to retrieve that that iron rod, and then a lot of areas have to be re-explored after that. So this guy is getting healed by proximity to yeah, he was getting healed by proximity to a smelter, an ash wife that's through that door. I'm gonna have to check out some other areas to see if I can find the extra 6 smelter rods that will help me deal with this. I actually think that they might be behind Maldron the Assassin, at like the base of that area. It's either that or that's just one of Nadalia's souls is down there. I don't remember which. Okay, so we're heading over there. This is what we're doing. So I'm going to get on this heading down, and then I'm going to try to jump off to the left here. And here we have just a single chest with what? Pilgrim's Spontoon. Okay, I'm going to proceed over this way for now to see if I can maybe get past this guy and open up some other doors. Ooh. He is moody right now. If I can get him a little further away, I should be able to kill him. He just needs to stop getting that healing effect. Yeah, he's full again. Nothing out that one. So I know it's not through here, but I'm going to check. We get an item. 5 flame butterflies. How thematic to the location. I don't know if I have the time to open this. Nope. Let's give him the slip so I can heal up. Now these brutes do not respond to what's it called? The alluring skulls, so I can't just bait him off to the side entirely. Do this. Life ring +3 is not bad. I'd like to open this up. That'll give me easier access to her. And this will give me a couple more items. Yeah, there's a very small invulnerability while picking up items that we got to abuse here. But I'm going to leave her be now. Let's see. Oh boy, that is precarious. Yeah, that killed me. Ha! Okay, I think I need to go back down to the foyer level now, and I think I'm going to go tangle with Maldron. I know that the last, I think there are 2 more bonfires for this area. I know that one of the bonfires for this area is, let's see, I think it's down 1 level from Maldron. I know that one of the bonfires is the hall with the blue Smelter Demon. That area is tough. It's a tough area with a nasty boss. Okay, so I believe Maldron was through here. Or he's on one of the other bits of the 2nd level. No, this is not him. This is the other guys. This is the spot where like a dozen like fire giants spawn. So let's get this last item over here. The tower key. I probably needed that. That is fine. I was considering just jumping off. I think this will open. I think it's going to open the metal grate door that was like 1 level down from the foyer. So that'd be taking this. I don't know the story behind these huge sets of armor or what's going on with this. I think this place is like melting down the armor of giants that have been felled. I don't know. Most of the giants don't seem to wear armor. Or at least not much. Okay, so we get some twilight herbs. And then it looks like we've got an elevator here leading down to something. Somebody felt real proud about getting on top of that statue. I had to leave a message. Alright, so with the tower key that lets us come down, we'll wind up over here. Okay, here it is. This is the iron passage that leads off to the blue Smelter Demon. We do not want to worry about him right now. That is the last thing I want to deal with at the moment. So that's like an entirely bonus area. So we're just gonna go back. So in Dark Souls 2, in Dark Souls 1, the DLC area is the past, and you're like checking out the past legends of Artorias and that other stuff. In Dark Souls 2, it is concurrent. You're dealing with a more present circumstance. I need to go back up. I'm gonna wait for this one. I guess Maldron was 1 level up from here, taking the other elevator from the foyer. So the characters you encounter in the DLC are still like somewhat more lore integrated with the rest of the game proper. The Fume Knight, the boss we deal with as our last challenge for this DLC, has some relationship I don't fully understand with Velstadt, the King's Aegis. Similarly, we can presume there's a relationship between Velstadt and Ilana the Squalid Queen, because, you know, she was able to summon him. And I don't know all the details there. I think Velstadt has one of the more thorough backstories in Dark Souls. If you, oh, that's right, it was the halfway point that I need to drop at. This goes all the way up. It's got 1/2 there, and then this that I needed to make better. And that's where we find Maldron. Yeah, Velstadt has one of the more in-depth and engaging backstories. If you actually take Velstadt's helm and you wear it into the fight with the Fume Knight skips to phase 2 immediately. Oh, I guess that's the last bonfire we rested at, so it's going to take us back here. this... oh, this is actually a tower key thing. Okay. Yep. Yeah, there's a ton of guys back there. They're all ash buffed because there is a bride back here. I think this area might have my next batch of smelter wedges, but I don't remember. I am going to try using an Alluring Skull to loot that area. So even when they have an ash bride, they're still responsive to Alluring Skulls. Well, I need to throw it before that guy decides to murder me. Yeah, this is one of those cases where I kind of have to suffer a bit because I very eagerly spent out my smelter wedges, and it's not a bad idea to hold on to some, I think. With that there, I should be able to run into here and open this, and despite being cursed, okay, that's just a pyromancy. It's one that I don't particularly care about. Can I grab this? What do we have here? I got arrowed. So I'm going to check that on the left, because if that's smelter wedges, I'm in a much better place. I really need to find those. It's either through here or they're up with Maldron, I think. Rather, those are the two spots I can think to check. Large Titanite shards. Invaded by the Forlorn. Alright. Yeah, Forlorn doesn't care either. There's no item over there. So let's head on back out of there. Cope with being cursed for a bit. Yeah, this Forlorn has a buttload of health. Yeah, he's not going to run at us over here. That's going to be a very, very difficult one to catch. Okay, so we fall off here. Okay, falling down there is going to kill me with my current health. I think I'm forgetting the real way how to get there. I think there's another route for this. So let me actually investigate around there a bit, full health, to find another way over there. So I found the stat boosting rings that I was looking for, the strengths, dexterity, and simpletons. Those are like the most potent gain we get in Broom Tower. We could just leave here and make use of those elsewhere. I mean, we're only getting like 10 or so points of power out of it. So it's not like huge. It's not a crazy thing. That was wrong. I don't believe I screwed that up like that. Although now I'm remembering seeing that hall again. There's an elevator up here that we can make use of. Up near the top of this. Run over here. I wish reclaiming your soul, like here, would prevent you from needing to cope with your loss of humanity. But it's not that nice. Ah, boy. That thing is determined. Oh, it is the end of that gauntlet. It's just at the end of that gauntlet you hook a turn instead. Right. Okay. So, Maldron the Assassin is one of the only cases where I want to try using a particular item. So our goal is to force Maldron to follow us down here, and then pop this item, and get the NPCs to kill him. Ow. Okay. The NPCs are now aggressive to Maldron. They're also still aggressive to me, of course. These curse procs just kind of strip away our humanity. A long great bow +5, okay. I think, actually, that Maldron might stay up high if he, if he has not been damaged. I think he might actually stay up top if you haven't hurt him, and run down only when he's notably wounded. So he's behind there right now. Okay, I think I triggered him to head on down. Bonfire Ascetics. Okay, so that's investigating the area. So the only thing down there for me to be aware of is there's a there's an Ashen Wife. Oh yeah, those guys will resurrect if there is an Ash Wife within a certain sphere of influence. So Maldron's going to stick around for a bit then, but I don't need to go that direction. You can just die. Okay, so let's see. I know there are some other areas that are higher up that I still need to investigate. Need to find that next pack of Smelter Wedges. If I remember correctly, Nadalia's in 13 fragments. And you need to get... You get 12 Smelter Wedges in 2 packs of 6, and then 1 lone Smelter Wedge by defeating Alon, the Old King. Okay, Maldron has returned. I got out of his range. I'll have to go back there later. I have the option of getting a fresh Dark Spirit Prowlers. Okay, I did vaguely remember these guys. They come in like a big pack. They're a scripted invasion because this over here is the way to Alon, which we don't have to do yet. Yeah. Alon is not active until after you've beaten the Fume Knight. And there's another one of these over here. Yeah, I guess I'll just die. That's fine. Let's see, I'm gonna try running back from there. We did light that bonfire, so it's gonna respawn us there. Because we've lit this, we can just return to Alon's chamber later. Alon is a pretty cool boss fight. He's not as good a boss fight as the Fume Knight. Wow, it's so much HP. There we go. There's my chariot awaits. Okay, so I'm going to wait for this to come up so that I can cross, and then check out what's on the other side here. Okay, we have a lot of explosives. Enemies with fire attacks, fire barrel dudes. We're gonna just get out of the low section there as fast as we can. Firebombs off my hotbar. Give me a break. Those, we've got a lot of guys here in a quick stretch. Let's see if we can open this. Got it, 4 smelter wedges. I can die and it's fine. Maybe it was fewer pieces than I thought if that only gave me 4. But these 4 give me a lot of options. Oh, something fell to its death. Not that unusual. Alright, so we're going to go back down to the foyer level and use the bonfire there. What time is it? About 5:20? Alright. I'm going to use an alluring skull in here, so that I can peaceably and trollishly make my way through to here and smelter wedge her just before this enemy would stop me. Yep, he'll kill me, but with her gone, I can now, like, if I want to clear that area, I can do it carefully now. And let me go ahead and work on this area before I forget. because I don't want to leave behind the piece of Nadalia. Ow. Got me with a backswing on that. A little bitter. Yeah, the area brightens up. It no longer provides the curse effect. Enemies aren't getting healed, and they don't have the ash buff that gives them the additional defense. So we can cut them down pretty effectively. I can also get whatever this is. A little more free to explore. Old Radiant Life Gem. Over here, we've got nothing. Check for illusory door. No, didn't think so. I don't think there are any illusory doors in Broom. I know that there are illusory doors in Eleamlois. Very rude of you to hit me while I was killing your friend. Very rude. I hope you're considering that. Ow. Thankfully, those guys are a bit laggy, and if you just commit to taking them out and you have enough attack damage, you can do it. In a casual run, you can rely on health to like trade out with a lot of stuff and get you through points, get you through problems. In an SL1 run, you just trust damage to do that because that's what you can actually get. You can't get health, you can get damage, so you better hope that damage solves the problem. Okay, I'm gonna travel down to the very base, the lowermost floor. Alright, so there's just one more Ashen Bride on the far end down here. These big guys, we can't... Ooh, that's 3 Titanite chunks. That's incredible. We could try and take out these big guys, but we can run past them every single time, so it's really not worth it. They cause a minimal delay in terms of how quickly we can reattempt the Fume Night. So with a Smelter Wedge here, we've only got a few more examples of those brides left in the whole place. We've got the one over by Maldron. Let's see. We've got the one that's over on the route to Elan. Okay, alright. If you're really keen on me not making an attempt on Elan, I guess I won't. Maybe I will. Not Elan. This is the Fume Night. So I'm going to start to vaguely remember how to do this fight, but it's a doozy. Yeah, that big old sword can kill you right quick. So we've got a 2-phase fight here. He switches phases when he's at about 50% health, and in his second phase, he has a different set of attacks, does a lot more damage. But his second phase attacks are notably more predictable, both in terms of what the attacks are and his openings. So a lot of the fight is about learning how to get him to the second phase. You can also start the fight with him in the second phase, but when you get the first phase down correctly, it can turn out to be pretty quick. There are a couple occasions in this fight where you can heal. It's not as bad as like Artorias. Clean dodging is essential in this fight. It is a recommended point to try using the Simpletons Ring that we acquired earlier. Ow. If we step around that correctly, we can cause it to completely miss. That running stab is super dangerous, but it does let you get some hits in. If I had dodged right on that, it was an opening. Fume Knight's attacks have a lot of, like, will he, won't he stuff. He's got a lot of things he can cancel early or go all the way through. He got impatient and went to second phase. Second phase, I believe it's a 4-step attack sequence for his, like, standard thing. If you overcommit, you die. Straight up, you'll just die. You usually want to rotate towards the open part of the map and back dodge most of his attacks. Ow. On a slam, you can heal. You need to roll through that attack every single time he uses it in order to get damage in, and in order to live. I think you might be able to run around it to the outside, but I don't recall. I haven't done the fight in too long. I'll try doing that next time. But that slow burning cut is his absolute lethal attack. If you get hit by it, you will die. So I'm going to give myself an extra frame of dodge. Going into third attempt on the Fume Knight. Ow. There we go. Wanted to prompt him to use a slower attack so that I can heal. That was a bad, Now when I can heal. Two swings on that. Stamina management is tough here. He's going to phase change. Okay, that was a bit mishandled. Getting hit by the stab is just a bit of stun, but it does reduce the amount of time you have to deal with the rest of the attack. You can dodge through those orbs, but they move a bit slowly, so it's tricky to dodge through them. You usually want to just be far away from the attack and just kind of range it out. One way of handling this fight, or one way of kind of trying to help deal with this fight, is you can plan on using an aromatic ooze during his phase change. I haven't done this fight in too long, so managing the phase change is kind of a thing to question about. I believe also the boss doesn't activate until you've moved into the arena proper. Okay, I had used up too much stamina. That was an unnecessary dodge. I could have used that time to heal instead. I forget how I need to handle it when he goes into that defensive stance. I think that's just like, can I heal with that? I don't think I can do that reliably. I got away with it this time, but we're not going to bet around that. If I didn't correct directions, I would have gotten clocked. Unfortunately, I do have to deal with the confounding noises of the extra goons that are outside. Stamina management is tough. Oh, I still got the hit there. I'm gonna go for one and then back up. Ooh. I'm surprised it made me dodge there. Yeah, I think I can... No, he draws the blade all the way behind him for that. Okay, on the ground slam... On the ground slam, I think I can maybe get in a hit. No, I can't. Because he can go into a short cooldown into that cut, and I cannot avoid it in time if I've taken a hit after the straight chop. Okay. Do I have aromatic ooze on the bar? Let's get aromatic ooze on the bar. There are some other buffing item options, like I could be trying Strength Balm and things like that, but they're very limited. I don't believe... I don't know where to find a DLC vendor to pick up this stuff freely. It might be that it gets added to some of the baseline vendors, but I don't know. Yeah, you can take the time to buff on entering the arena right there. Didn't mean to do that. That was the wrong dodge direction. I needed to dodge back on that, or not dodge at all. If I didn't dodge, I would have been able to evade that by walking and get in another hit. That being said, the Simpletons Ring is absolutely the right move here, because I didn't get killed by either of his slow cuts in the last attempt. I'm going to hold off on the ooze for now. My basic mastery of the fight is not quite there yet. Also, I'm going to check the damage, and then after this I'll make attempts with the mace and see if my damage is better between the battle axe or the mace. I think he might be more susceptible to blunt. Uh, 279 is my current damage. That was a bad dodge. But it's 279 with the axe. I have now checked. Let's try the mace. So yeah, at this point we're mostly just choosing based on damage types. Now notably, so yeah, we'll go for the mace for now. So if I wear the strength ring, that does put my strength up to 15, which would allow me to two-hand something that requires up to 22 strength. So there's another question in, do I have anything that requires 22 strength? That might be interesting to wield. Doesn't look like I have anything on hand right now. I think a large club matches that. Let's check my item box. Weapons in the item box. Okay, do I need to take them out? I guess I would have to withdraw them. I'll check the Morningstar, Craftsman's hammer, Blacksmith's hammer, the large club. I don't think the Old Knight hammer will do. Like, I don't think I'll be able to swing that at all. That has some lightning damage, right? No, that's the durability there. Okay. I know the hand axe is usable. But I think that I prefer the battle axe to the hand axe. Like that one I was thinking known quantity. And the rest of those are definitely a no-go. So, the Morning Star can be used. Adds in the bleed. We could try bleeding somebody. The Craftsman's Hammer is also usable in two hands. Has slightly higher counter damage, and is actually lighter than the mace. Go figure. The Blacksmith's Hammer is also usable, but I believe the Craftsman's Hammer is directly better. Now, the Craftsman's Hammer is only usable while I'm wearing the Strength Ring, that is getting my strength up to a maximum 22. If I'm not using the Strength Ring and my strength is a 10, I can use the Blacksmith's Hammer. The large club does not appear to be wieldable at all. I might need something else improving my strength even further. Strength is 1 higher if I wear the other crown. So the other crown puts my strength to 16, meaning I can wield anything up to 24, still puts the large club out of reach. Okay, so I may check some stats for the fully upgraded Craftsman's Hammer. I am getting A ranking strength scaling out of the fully upgraded mace, and E rated dex scaling. Doesn't matter much. Craftsman's Hammer might do more, and it is lighter actually, which gets me more damage through the Flynn's Ring to some extent. How much lighter is it? It's a 2% difference. I don't know what that counts for in the Flynn's Ring math. That is tough. I'm going to step away for a sec. I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. Okay. So, I could, like, look this stuff up online and, like, try to figure it out. But I think instead I'm just gonna run back to Majula and throw a bunch of upgrades on this thing. And see how cool it looks. Pour one out for the mad lads who do, like, broken straight sword runs. Jesus. Let's use a lot of souls. That is a lot of souls.
You've been well.
I don't think she sells anything else for the rest of the game. No.
No injury.
Yeah, if we want more Titanite chunks after this, we're gonna have to farm them straight up. So reinforcing the Craftsman's hammer. Whoops. Whoops. I didn't think I finished it. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh, does it cap at +5? Was that a is it a Twinkling Titanite weapon? Okay, well, let's see. Taking us up to 250 plus 92 versus 240 plus 100. It's the same. It's the same thing. Yeah, it was a Twinkling Titanite weapon. I didn't even notice. Reinforce. And a slab. I don't think he has anything new to sell. No, he doesn't. Okay, so 240 plus 100, so 340 total. 290 plus 76, so notably less with the Blacksmith's hammer +1, or Blacksmith's hammer +10. Actually, wait, no, because we gained 50, but lost 30, so it's 20 stronger. That's relevant. How does it swing? I'd say about the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to Molin.
Oh, hello again.
Okay, he doesn't have anything right now. I believe all of Molin's quests, whatever he has going on, it progresses when you've spent a certain amount of money with him. And he's not selling anything unique yet.
I came from the... Have you been very... But it's been...
It's either that, or he might need me to exhaust his dialogue before he gets more shop. Okay, that's
Thanks very much.
truly exhausted.
Hey,
And I'll go ahead and buy some more aromatic ooze as well.
cheers for that.
If Molin sold anything useful, I would have like dumped a ton of gold into him a long time ago. Okay, so let's see if this weapon cracks 300 on the Smelter Knight, or the Fume Night. I guess Shulva's actually the first in order, huh? It's kind of funny because I think the regular soldiers in Shulva are a lot tougher than the guys in Broom. Elaim Lois, I believe, was the third DLC. Everything in there is tough as nails when you get down to it. Okay, so we want to see if we crack 300. $287. So slightly higher, but not by a lot. And if we have to, oh, I thought I could get around that. I guess not. This is dicey. Yeah, that'll kill me. Yeah, if we have to go with if we have to use the Simpletons Ring for that, that's not worth it. Actually, I don't think I need to for this particular weapon. This weapon is still usable without the Simpletons Ring, but it'll have less scaling. And we tested the we tested the battle axe while we were wearing the Simpletons Ring. So back to the battle axe we go. Hooray! That was a wasted little test. Moving on. Half health is almost the same as full health for the Smelter Knight. There are a couple of attacks that might one-shot us here that wouldn't one-shot us normally, but not a lot of attacks. It's not actually a worthwhile retrieval. I shouldn't go out of my way for it. Ah, okay, that's why I shouldn't touch him when he's doing that. And it is not an invitation to drink. Thought I had to check. Simpleton's Ring should actually also make us a little bit faster at using items. Kind of imperceptibly so. Hey, thanks for stopping by the stream. Hope you enjoy. We're making attempts on the Fume Night right now. Gonna get back in the groove of fighting this guy. Little greedy, but I got away with it. I'm surprised that dodge worked out. I thought that might have been too early. Thank you, Simpleton's Ring, for keeping me alive. Barely enough time to drink there. Second phase. That was the wrong dodge. Oh, that was luck. I think I have enough time for 2 attacks after that one. Not 100%. I got a stagger on him. He actually winged me with something there. I got clipped. Ah, I didn't react in time. Okay, that was pretty good though. That was pretty good except for the parts where I just got lucky and lived off of dumb luck. Whew. Incredibly hard to keep my cool once he lights that sword on fire. And I don't just mean that as a pun. I mean it's also a pun, which is a bonus, obviously. If somebody stopped by the stream, I make a pun and they leave, I won't even be mad. Like, that's not somebody worth sticking around with. Alright, let's go. Perfect. We can heal off of that. Damage off that. And off that. That's a heal. I might have been able to hit him off that. definitely hit him on that one. I'm not sure if the sword glowing red does more damage for a time. It's not like I'm running in here to trade shots. Okay, I knew I could dodge forward through that one if I got the timing right. That was not a necessary time to test myself. I got about another 40 minutes. So I could have just stayed back on that and punished him after, but I thought I got fancy with it. I might be able to take 4 normal swings at the start of the fight if I want. I didn't read that attack startup. I thought he was just moving, but that was an attack startup. Bleh. Those things happen. Just back on the horse. Yeah, so I've still got this guy, Blue Smelter Demon, Alon, Gank Squad, Dark Lurker, and Ludenzalen and the Ivory King, and then that's all of DS2. Oh no, Throne Watcher Defender, Nishandra, and Ancient Dragon, and Aldia. This game has a lot of freaking bosses. I did that thing that I just said was a mistake like 2 fights ago. Okay, that was an unnecessary dodge. I lost a punishment window because of that dodge. I keep mistaking the overhead swing and the side swing when he's in phase 1. And they do have some different timings, so that's why I've been dodging right through the side swings, because I'm trying to dodge the overhead, but he's not using the overhead. It happens to be working, but that's not going to play out every time. He does take a little bit longer on doing the overhead, so I should generally be assuming the side swing. If I have to back dodge the side swing, I won't get a hit in. If I dodge through or to the right, I will get a hit in after. So I probably just need to be daring. And I probably need to be wearing the Chloranthy Ring, because, like, oof, I am barely making it through on the stamina management. I missed both those dodges. The first one, I think I'm not sure if I got the hit in time to get the dodge off. Alright. I think from what I recall of my long ago successful fights with this guy, I have to treat the first phase like he's a chump and just absolutely bully him. And then the second phase, I go safe. Because the first phase, ultimately, if you play it safe, it takes a really, really long time. But you can actually rush him down reasonably fast. You just have to be very on point for your dodges. Charge. It just happens if you're very aggressive about getting behind him. He loses a lot of his chains on you. You gotta watch out for that one though. And a little bit for that. But he'll give me a heal opportunity there. I think he's going to want to phase up soon. Okay, I didn't dodge that quite right to get an opening in. That's fine, we can play that safe. I swung too early, so it got me the dodge attack. The dodge attack does not correct your direction. I dodged too early. Apparently. Whew, you gotta go on the margins with that attack. I think it's basically something like 10 cycles of that attack and you'll get him killed. But that's the fight. You just gotta dodge that attack perfectly about 10 times. Yeah, there are basically like fights you can plan around and fights you just have to do it right. And this is not a fight you can plan around. Sin the Slumbering Dragon is a fight you can just plan around. Need him to make a swing with the big weapon. Read it. That's dicey, but we made it. Okay, need him to swing with... Okay, he's going phase 2. He's gonna have to do this and not take the initial opportunity. That was too early. Dead. Yeah, if he's going for the regular chain attacks, they'll chain out faster. When he ends on the slam, it happens slower and the dodge direction is different. Another valid question there is that lethal if my health is full? And the answer on that is, I don't know. I think it is. His second phase damage is no joke. I'm assuming it would kill me. Stamina's gone, waiting. Stamina. And we back up. Wrong attack. That was dicey, but we made it. I'm not sure how punishable that actually is. Missed a dodge. Like, I think if I predict when the slam... If I read out the slam and dodge forward and to the right, I think I might be able to get a hit off, because I'm pretty sure that after... No, no, no. We tested before. If he does the slam, he is able to follow up with an attack. That's right, because he did that to me on, like, my second or third attempt. The overhead chop does not mean it is the end of the combo. I got lazy there. Oh, cool. He went for the full extension. Oh, I didn't get the dodge off in time. I think I hit the button too early. And I wasn't out of my cooldown yet. I'm pretty sure I had the leeway to get those 2 hits, though. I just didn't do it right. That being said, I think by and large, I thought to myself, oh right, the way to fight his first phase is to bully him. And I started doing it, and it largely just started working. I haven't messed this up often enough to feel bad about the decision, and that feels good. Which I think is possibly a tautology, but... yeah, whatever. I got nervous there. I actually wasn't thinking about the game for a moment. I was thinking about having a sweet clip of killing the boss. And go figure, like, thinking about that might inhibit your ability to kill the boss just a little bit. Oh, I was, what's it called? I held my thumb on the button too long and didn't get the dodge. Just, like, a little lax. Like, I'm falling into small input mistakes. I either need more caffeine, or I've already had too much caffeine today. It's a 50-50. It's either too little or too much. There's no just right amount of caffeine. This is, like, scarily enough, one of the most important fights to know when the dude is just gonna miss you. And you have to judge that correct, like, every single time. That is not an invitation for me to heal. Don't heal, don't heal, don't heal, don't do it. If I don't tell myself that, I'll just, like, get right on that Estus, and it'll totally mess me up. You gotta wait for him to swing with the big sword if you need to heal. Right, don't step back, don't step back. I don't like him doing that pose. That's basically like taking away my advantage and resetting to neutral. I only have the time to get in like one crack, and then I need to start respecting him here. I got the stagger. Sweet. I might have been able to use it, but I didn't trust it. That was way too early! Oh, man. When you're in that second phase, you have to keep going into his range to bait him into using the attacks that will make him open. I'm gonna turn on the lights in here a little bit. You have to keep going in to bait out the attacks, so you have to be within the range where those attacks can hit you, or he won't swing. He'll just keep, like, walking up, and you'll lose the spacing you need to back dodge. So every time you back dodge, you need to say, okay, got that, need to go back in a little bit. And you've got a pretty good window on it, on, like, making that happen. If I was at full health, the naked swings are not lethal. Yeah, that actually starts a little over your head. Okay, I should not trigger him to do that twice in a row. That can only happen if I dodge straight into him, I think. But that is me on the boss behavior. Sort of. That's a tricky one. Like, I don't think I can consciously do that, and it's a mistake. But I can put myself at a slightly different angle to try and make sure it doesn't happen. This is one of few fights where I think it's proper to lock on. And I will say that, like, those fights are harder. I shouldn't have taken the second swing. I was too late to get in the second swing there, I think. If I got it fast, I might have been able to do the dodge. Similarly, if I'm at full health, that mistake is not lethal. But I don't really want to drain my human effigies to nothing here, because when you actually get down to it, this is tricky, but the really challenging segments are not like these fights. It's the hallways full of random guys. And I'm trying to save my effigies for that. Yeah, I need to be going for a one-shot opening. I think maybe if I'm using an opening from a slam, maybe in that case I can do 2 hits. But he has to be in a really long recovery for me to go for 2. From that angle, I can't drink. From this angle, I can. That's one of those fun, you know, turn around your rotating direction or die moments. One of the interesting things about Phase 2 for this guy, he's got a range where he could decide to Phase 2. If you're taking too long to hurt him, he can Phase 2 early on his health bar. And you really don't want to deal with that. That was within range for him. He could absolutely kill me on that attack. This might kill me? Yep, got me. Okay, do I need to go to 1 heavy attack on that opening instead of 2 attacks? because he's got a small radius around him when he does that burst that is just instant damage, and then apart from that, you just have to dodge the orbs. Dodging the orbs isn't that tricky, but I didn't have enough distance. I might have gotten the distance with 2 back rolls, but if I did that, I may not have been able to avoid the orbs properly. Let's see. If that happens again, I'll just have to take 2 back rolls. I don't think I'm willing to stop doing 2 attacks per opening. Like, let's not double the length of the fight off a superstition. That's unfortunate. Okay, I need him to take a big swing so I can reset. There we go. Alright, let's bully him. When he does that sequence, I have to check the big sword to see if he's going to do the follow-up. I got caught on his knee. I wanted to be a little bit more to my right, and then I would dodge through. Yeah, the problem is I've got plenty of other challenging fights coming up where I'll want to human effigy. Human effigies are not a hard limit. I could go farm more, I could go, there's a specific area I can go to where I can regain my humanity without using an effigy. But I can only use that place if I am out of effigies. And I still have to handle that Dark Lurker nonsense. I wasn't sure if I could walk away from that. I pressed B on the I pressed B for the dodge too early, and I knew that I pressed it too early, so I didn't release it, which meant that all I did was kind of dash in a small line there instead of dodging. So I think that in that case, I need to let off it and then immediately press it again super fast, and I can get the dodge to happen. I just didn't recognize my input mistake until, like, it happened in slow motion in my fingers. I was like, oh, that's not the dodge timing. Oh wait, what am I doing now? What am I even pressing? Oh, that was a mess. Oh, he's doing that. Sure thing, buddy. Stance it out for a bit. Interestingly, even though that move looks like it puts me, like, too close, it's fine. His swing, like, runs out of hitbox just a little bit before it gets there. That was dicey. I should not have dodged. attack, and then we're moving back. Okay, I get it. His swing from his left shoulder is fast, his swing from his right shoulder is slow. And he's got 2 swings that start up the 4-hit combo. It's a 4-hit combo with, like, it's seriously got like 30 variations, I friggin' swear. So he can start from the right or the left, he can go to down cuts, he can do like 1, 2, down, follow up. The 4th hit is very rare. He usually does it for 2 or 3 attacks, just to mess with you. Oh, I didn't need to dodge there. I actually probably could have taken another attack. Whoops. I swear I hit the button. I don't know what actually happened there. A lot of people online say that, like, the second phase... a lot of people online say the first phase they can't deal with, and the second phase is fine by them. And I completely disagree. The first phase, like, you can bully this dude. He doesn't do real damage, he's got a ton of openings, it's whatever. The second phase, the slightest error kills you immediately. And he's got, like... his hitboxes all turn into slow smears of giant space, and that's a lot harder to deal with as SL1 on Dark Souls 2. Casually, his second phase might actually be the easier one to deal with. Stamina. Yeah, like, that basically intersects with me, but it's fine. Oh, I thought I hit the dodge, and it didn't happen in time. Like, I didn't hit it in time, is what that is. I'm having a lot of just generic input errors that are really bogging me down here. Inputs are delicate in DS2. But it is a bummer when you, like, read the attack, you know it's coming, and you don't get it right. Like, if you don't know it's coming or don't realize, like, what the boss can do, and you get killed by that, that's like a learning death. Well, it's either a learning death or it's an error death, because either you knew that could happen and you didn't answer for it, or you didn't know it can happen and you learned something. The first kind of that, when you know it can happen but you did the wrong thing, like, that's a bummer because you're not, like, advancing your game state. You're not learning the game. That was the wrong dodge, but it worked because my timing was correct. This is a really, really dicey heal. I barely had the time left for that heal, because I was slow on it. Let the bullying commence. That was an unnecessary dodge. I was actually in the dead zone for the attack. I want to get the heal off before he goes for his phase transition. Here we go. So I don't want to push damage on him while I'm trying to do that. That one I did need to dodge because I wasn't quite in the dead zone of the attack yet. I'm not sure if that's vulnerable or not. Okay, with the stagger, I get an extra hit off. Okay, stamina, come back stamina. That's the other 3 combo. There's his thrust end 3 combo. Ah! That's the best attempt I've had in a while. I almost had the dodge right on that swing, too. I think I might have dodged back instead of left accidentally. But that's the 3rd phase! When he's doing that attack sequence, if he goes for a full 4 attacks, if I'm not dodging away from him the entire time, I think the 4th attack might be might catch me at no stamina. I don't know if that might change if I use Chloranthy. Maybe. I was trying to slip into the dead zone, but I got a little hung up on his left foot. I was a little too close to him, so I needed to dodge. Now, this is legitimately one of the hardest fights in Dark Souls 2. And that's, like, difficulty-wise. There are other fights that are long and tedious and tricky, but they're not hard, per se. There are other bosses with more HP, but they have easier attack patterns. Yeah, Fume Knight is like a masterclass in dudes who have a dozen attack patterns. Oh, that was a miss, okay. I wasn't sure I would get to the dead zone for that. I didn't do that consciously. I didn't actually, like, process in my brain what was going on. I just moved. One attack, and then we take distance. I think I can tell the audio cue I need to use to avoid that. Itch face. I went greedy, and it didn't kill me yet. Didn't die on that either. That's good. Earlier I was saying you had to move towards him to bait that out, or like to get him to do stuff. Changed my mind. Don't do that. Barely have enough stamina to engage with that. He'll move towards you, just deal with it. I think that was late, but I was out of range. Like, I think my dodge was late. I think that was maybe 2 cycles away from a kill. I'm gonna give it one more go, and for tonight, and then for today I will be out of the wherewithal to do this, and I'll have to come back to it either late Friday or maybe on Saturday. I got a free day for Saturday, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna be up to. Might play some Factorio with a buddy. I might do some Metroid Dread, because it's super fun. Oh, okay. That wasn't a real last attempt, but, like, I'm gonna call it anyway. This is about the time I had left. So that's just gonna be it for now. I can feel in my bones that I don't quite have the mojo at the moment. So we'll sit back down to this, perhaps with the mojo at a later time. Anywho, thanks for joining. This is Jupiter Exile. Until next we wander. Good night.